Baseball careers rarely move in straight lines. Some rise quickly, disappear just as fast, and then return in ways no one expects. The story of Cody Bellinger is a clear example of how talent, pressure, decline, and reinvention can exist in the same career. Once seen as the future face of the game, later questioned and doubted, his journey now finds itself back in the center of attention. This documentary explores how that happened, why it matters, and why people are talking about Cody Bellinger again right now. This story follows the full arc of Cody Bellinger's life and career, from his early background and development to his rapid rise, historic achievements, sudden struggles, and the recent events that pushed his name back into trending conversations. It is not just a story of success or failure, but of adjustment and survival in a sport that constantly evolves. Long before national attention followed him, Cody Bellinger grew up in a family environment deeply connected to baseball. From a young age, the game was not something distant or unfamiliar, it was part of daily life. He was exposed early to professional standards, routines, and expectations, which gave him a level of comfort around the sport that few young players experience. This early exposure helped shape both his confidence and his understanding of what it takes to compete at the highest level. As a child, Cody Bellinger showed natural athletic ability, but more importantly, a strong instinct for the game. He was not just physically gifted, he learned how to read situations, how to react under pressure, and how to adjust his approach. During his school years, baseball became the central focus of his development. Coaches noticed his power potential, defensive versatility, and calm presence even in competitive environments. Rather than following a traditional college path, Cody Bellinger committed early to pursuing professional baseball. This decision accelerated his exposure to elite competition, but also increased the pressure to perform. Entering the professional system at a young age meant adapting quickly to stronger opponents, faster pitching, and a demanding schedule. These early years were a test of discipline and patience. His professional career began quietly, moving through developmental levels where progress is measured in consistency rather than headlines. During this phase, Cody Bellinger refined his mechanics, adjusted his swing, and improved his defensive versatility. His power numbers began to stand out, and scouts took notice of his ability to impact the game in multiple ways. Gradually, his name moved higher on prospect lists, signaling that something significant was developing. The rise to recognition came swiftly once he reached the top level. Almost immediately, Cody Bellinger became a visible presence. His power translated against elite pitching, his defense proved reliable across positions, and his confidence seemed unshaken by the spotlight. Fans and analysts began to see him as one of the most complete young players in the game. Major achievements followed. Over multiple seasons, Cody Bellinger delivered performances that placed him among the league's elite. He contributed both offensively and defensively, helping his team remain competitive while earning individual recognition. At his peak, his production symbolized a modern player capable of influencing every part of the game. His success was not limited to statistics, but extended to momentum-changing moments that defined seasons. However, sustained success in professional baseball was rare, and the game eventually pushed back. After reaching those heights, Cody Bellinger entered a period of struggle that caught many by surprise. Performance declined, timing at the plate became inconsistent, and confidence appeared shaken. Opposing teams adjusted their strategies, and he struggled to counter those changes. These seasons became the most difficult chapter of his career. Media scrutiny intensified, and public discussions shifted from praise to doubt. Questions emerged about whether his earlier success was sustainable or situational. Injuries, mechanical issues, and mental pressure combined to create a challenging environment. For a player once seen as unstoppable, this downturn reshaped his public image. Rather than fading away, Cody Bellinger faced a critical crossroads. Adjustments were necessary, not just physically, but mentally. He worked to rebuild his approach, simplify his mechanics, and regain trust in his instincts. This phase required humility and patience, qualities often overlooked in professional sports narratives. Now, this brings us to the most important part of the story. Why is Cody Bellinger trending right now? The renewed attention around Cody Bellinger began with a noticeable shift in performance and context. After seasons defined by inconsistency, recent stretches showed meaningful improvement. His approach at the plate appeared more controlled, his defensive contributions stabilized, and his overall presence suggested a player who had adapted rather than resisted change. Analysts began pointing out these adjustments, sparking renewed discussion. Media coverage played a major role in amplifying this trend. Articles, broadcasts, and social media clips revisited his career arc, comparing his peak seasons, struggles, and recent resurgence. Instead of focusing solely on past decline, the narrative shifted toward recovery and reinvention. This reframing encouraged fans to look at his career through a broader lens. Another factor driving the trend was timing. The baseball landscape constantly searches for comeback stories, especially when they involve players once considered franchise cornerstones. As teams reassessed rosters and future plans, Cody Bellinger's name re-entered conversations around value, flexibility, and upside. Trade discussions, contract speculation, and lineup decisions all contributed to renewed interest. Public discussion increased because this moment felt different from previous rebounds. Instead of short-term hot streaks, observers noted structural changes in his game. Adjustments in swing decisions, pitch selection, and defensive usage suggested a deeper transformation. This made analysts ask whether his earlier struggles were not a permanent decline, but part of a longer adjustment process. The trend also matters because it reshapes how Cody Bellinger's career is evaluated. Rather than being defined by a single peak or slump, his story now reflects adaptability. In a sport where careers are often judged harshly, this renewed relevance challenges simplified narratives. It suggests that development doesn't always end early, and that reinvention is possible even under intense scrutiny. Fan reaction has mirrored this complexity. Supporters express optimism, seeing his recent performances as proof that his talent remains intact. Critics remain cautious, emphasizing the importance of sustained consistency. Media coverage reflects both views, creating balanced discussions rather than definitive conclusions. At present, Cody Bellinger stands at a pivotal stage. His role continues to evolve, and his future possibilities remain open. Whether his next chapters involve long-term stability, leadership roles, or continued adaptation, his presence in the game feels relevant again. In the long run, the legacy of Cody Bellinger may extend beyond statistics and awards. His career illustrates how success can be fragile, how pressure can reshape trajectories, and how resilience can redefine expectations. For younger players, his journey offers a realistic example of the highs and lows that come with professional sports. As attention returns to his name, one thing is clear: the conversation around Cody Bellinger is no longer just about what he was, but about what he can still become. And that uncertainty, more than anything, is why people are watching closely again. If you want more deep, cinematic documentaries that break down real careers beyond the headlines, make sure to subscribe to the channel and stay connected for the next story.